All right, welcome back to the Attack the Rack YouTube channel. This is the Attack the Rack Daily Lineup Show. Today is July 31, 2024. Fellas, we just got done watching the USA men's basketball team get another victory over South Sudan today, a team that just 10 days ago gave them quite a run for their money. USA only beat them by 1 point. In fact, South Sudan had two opportunities on their last possession to win that game. Um, Big Mo, let's start with you. Thoughts on today's victory for the U.S. men?
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't surprising that MB didn't play at all. Maybe a day off for him. Obviously, nobody thought he played real well the last game, even though I think he had to guard Joker most of the time. So I think that's a tough matchup for him. Obviously, Tatum jumps into the starting lineup. Uh, to the chagrin of Trent, who they still kept Booker in the starting lineup.
They did.
Um,
He was pretty good today, though.
I thought, I didn't think Sudan could play as well as they did last time, last week or the week before. But I do think they still play with quite a bit of energy. They kind of kept it around that 10 to 15 points until maybe the fourth quarter, mid fourth, and then it was kind of over after that. But overall, nothing spectacular. I just think the USA team is just too dominant, top to bottom, 1 through 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't seem like they were. I don't know. It wasn't like a very exciting game. They just kind of good start, then the timeout, and then they give up a 6-0 run or 7-0 run, and then it was just kind of back and forth for a little while. I saw that they said a stat that their bench scored at one point. They had like 70 points or something like that, and their bench had 57 of it.
Wow.
So that's pretty impressive. But I recognized the couple of the players from South Sudan. The Gabriel guy, I believe he was at Kentucky, wasn't he?
Well, they did have, I'm not sure if he was at Kentucky, definitely D1 somewhere. They actually do have a handful of guys that play D1, and I
And
think
then
and some
I
guys
don't
that have seen some time in the NBA.
I don't remember the other guy's name. I just forgot it. But he was their better player. I believe he was at Iowa State. I
Okay.
think he was at Iowa State. They said he played overseas in China this past year.
Okay.
So he's playing professionally. But I thought those guys were pretty good. The point guard was pretty good too. The Jones guy,
Yeah, he was.
he was tough today. He was a little quick guy, so he's hard to guard. But USA looked all right. Third quarter was a little sluggish, but they can turn it on and turn it off pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like every time South Sudan kind of made a run, like somebody hit a shot, they kind of put it out of reach again, and it's someone different all the time. So it's which is good. That's great for the USA team because you've got so many weapons. It's got to be tough on Kerr to figure out like who to kind of put in the game at the right time, play the right minutes. That part's got to be I bet, just tough on the coaches because you got to really push the right buttons all the time, and they might not even face another challenge.
But that's the thing. Like Kurt does need to figure that out, but he does have the luxury of there really being not a wrong answer. It
Sure,
really doesn't matter
sure.
who he puts in. But as you mentioned, it was kind of awkward to see Tatum, go from not playing at all to all of a sudden starting, which is he if he's a starter, he's completely justified to be a starter. It's just like it's almost like, you know, and,
Well,
and we didn't see any really complaining from Tatum, but it's almost like, the kid was pouting and whining, and maybe his parents called the coach, and then all of a sudden he starts. It was just, and again, I mean, again, he's perfectly capable of starting. I don't remember, we did the segment where we all picked our starting five. a couple of us might have even picked Tatum to start. I don't remember, but certainly justified to be a starter. But it's just like, and then Embiid, he goes from starting to not playing at all. But that's the thing is that I think you can totally give these guys a day off here and there. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
But
and I think Embiid not playing was probably he did not defend South Sudan very well, or they attacked him very well the last game. So I think that was probably
yeah,
maybe a little bit of a strategy and a day off. Um, because even if people don't think he played well, I think he's a big part of like being able to just body up someone like Joker, or it might even be if they end up facing France down the road, something like facing Gobert. You're still going to need a big body who's a physical presence.
yeah, no, for sure. But then Tatum really didn't play a ton after starting, did he? He
He just
only
kind of spot minutes.
only had 4 points. He did have 5 boards, but yeah,
Yeah.
he didn't play a ton.
He shot a corner three off the side of the backboard. I
Yeah,
saw that.
wasn't that his
That
first shot?
Oh, I thought he could do what Booker did yesterday, and then
Hey,
then
there's a
that
reason
first
why
three,
Booker's playing Trent. There's a reason.
that first three went up from the corner. I was like, here we go. Let's get Tatum going. Side of the backboard. I was like, oh,
Backboard.
all right.
Backboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you look at the scoring today too, pretty balanced scoring. Abadiah led with 18, but he had 14 of them in the first half.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's very good. And he's hitting shots too. When he's hitting threes and stuff, he's really hard to guard. But it's just weird. They're putting him like they're inbounding it to him, and then he advances it up the floor straight into a ball screen. And it's just interesting that he's kind of bringing it up and putting those guards off ball.
Yeah, eight for 10 today from the field, two of 3 from 3. So
Yeah, he was good.
not too shabby. And then I think anything else on today's game?
Nah.
Hey, what about? Let's get your guys' opinion on Dwayne Wade as an announcer.
Terrible.
I hate it.
Horrible. I mean, if this is his first time, then he's not going to be great. But come on, awful.
But it is probably his first time. I don't know about
Might be. It might
like
be
on this type of stage, especially.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to be funny all the time. It's like, dude, just announce the game. Like I don't know.
It's like he's trying to sound like he thinks a color commentator should sound, and it just doesn't seem natural. It's like, just be yourself.
Yeah.
Which I think he might be doing. Maybe that's the.
Yeah, maybe that's him. Yeah. We just don't like the Dwayne Wade personality.
I do like
Not a
Roger
big fan.
Ball though in the studio.
Yeah.
Okay, so anything else though? Anything else on the game?
No, but did I see that Jimmer Fredette's on the 3-for-3
Well,
team, 3-on-3?
I was just gonna bring that up because Big Mo mentioned the 3-on-3 yesterday.
Yeah.
So after we got done recording, it would just so happen that US 3-on-3 was playing. They ended up losing that game to Serbia. But yeah, I did watch that. It is I like the pace of that. And yes, Jimmer Fredette is on the team. Jimmer Fredette, somebody that Big Mo and I have shared a shuttle bus ride with.
Sure.
Really?
Sure. Yeah.
Where were you?
ESPY's 2011.
Yeah, ESPY's 2011. So he had just graduated, and he must have been up for some maybe College Player of the Year award. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
That year was nuts for him though.
Yeah.
He went crazy.
yes.
Kurt, you're a better storyteller, but you should share the story on when we walked onto the bus and I grabbed 2 pops.
Oh yeah. So after the ESPYs gets done, we get on these. They have these coach buses lined up, and they shuttle. So on the way to the show, we took a shuttle bus, like a regular shuttle bus, from the hotel to the show. But then after the show, they've got coach buses that take everybody to this after party, at which Biz Marquee, rest in peace, was the DJ. Lupe Fiasco performed. And then, so anyway, we're getting on the bus to go to the after party. And there's right in the front seat, there's this big like cooler. And for, you know, you can grab a drink. Well, Big Mo grabbed 2 drinks, and Teddy Bruschi was sitting right there, and he was getting
NFL linebacker,
legend,
legend. Yeah, sure.
NFL legend, Super Bowl champion, San Diego or New England Patriot linebacker. Yells out, "Hey, only 1 per person."
All right, Teddy.
Hey,
And he
just
was
wanted 2. I just wanted 2 Mountain Dews. Sorry.
thirsty.
now he was totally messing with Big Mo, but it was still hilarious because I don't know if you realized that in the moment that he was just messing with you, and you said you had a great comeback though right away. You were like, "Oh no, I'm grabbing it. I'm grabbing the second one for that guy."
That was Kurt. That was Kurt in the background.
That's quick. How'd you guys end up at the ESPYs?
It was we got invited out. It was the ESPYs after West Pass. So
Oh yeah.
we were kind of up for maybe like the
Moment
What
of,
was that award? What
I
was
think it was
that?
moment of the year.
something like that. Yeah, just for like the after
The
the
run.
guys kind of battling through playing afterwards and all the media
Yeah.
attention,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So
Where was it?
In LA.
LA?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was, I forget what the venue was. It's right across from the Staples Center.
yeah, I don't remember. I couldn't tell you either.
Yeah.
But good. I don't know how we got on that story.
Oh
Teddy
yeah.
Bruschi. Was there a lot of like athletes and stuff that were on your shuttle? Like was it all the
I think what happened was most of the basketball team, they got on one shuttle. So their shuttle was pretty much just the guys, and then there wasn't room for me and Big Mo on that shuttle. So we had to take the next shuttle, but then ours was empty. It was just the 2 of us and Jimmer Fredette and his girlfriend at the time. I don't know if they're still together or married or whatever, but at the time his girlfriend. And then there was another there's a Boston College football player on our shuttle bus too, who was up for an award. He had
comeback of the year, or something
come
like that.
back, he'd beaten cancer and then came back and played, really had a great season
Okay.
at college. So
I think he got drafted by the Jets.
did he? Okay.
Yeah. And then I think there was I cannot tell you her name, but then there was like a pro golfer that sat next to us.
Yeah. 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 You had a really nice conversation with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure. That's cool.
Oh.
All right, back to the show.
So anyway, yeah, the 3-on-3, it was fun to watch. It was super high pace. I was wondering how they put the team together.
Yeah, I saw, I don't know, after the game today, they threw on the 3-on-3. They lost to Poland. I don't know if that was old or not, but yeah, it was like Jimmer, and I didn't even recognize the other guys that were on the team.
One of them is a Bear.
Rick Barry's son.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other two, I don't really. The other one of the guys besides those 2 is like I think he's a PE teacher.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's kind of to my point. Like, how do they put the team together? There's a infinite amount of players you could throw on that team. I'm sure that was fun to play, but
I think they play in a couple. They play in a couple tournaments, but I think they're ranked like in the top 5 or 10.
well, they've already got at least 2 losses.
Are they playing outside too?
Yeah, but it might have
weird.
Covered. It's covered.
Oh, okay.
They're definitely undersized.
Yeah.
I mean, Serbia hurt them inside. Like they couldn't guard Serbia.
Yeah.
They just kept finding the mismatch real quick, and boom, kind of beat them up a little bit.
Well, I noticed like the switch out stuff. It's like the shot goes up, and then it's like whoever's under the basket just kind of picks up the guy who gets the rebound, and they just kind of rotate that way. They try to run some sets, but they'll just switch everything, and it's hard to hard to get those open shots, but Jimmer was just firing from what I watched like 5 minutes of it. But it's
today.
interesting, yeah, because they have a clock too. So is it to a
Well,
set score or is it just when the time runs out?
Both.
You know, it's both.
Yeah, so 10-minute time limit, or they played at 21.
yeah.
Okay.
Because I was looking at the women's scores and they had a game where they lost like 17-13, and I was like, I thought they played at 21, and I thought, oh, maybe there's a time.
There's a time
Yeah,
limit.
so
It is. I think it's. I did not. It's the first time I've watched it. I watched yesterday. I watched the U.S. women's and the men's team, and I like the pace of it all.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's a definitely different, and I think just that pace of like there's no checkup,
yeah.
just that continuous go go go, and the 12-second shot clock is awesome. So
Something maybe Gus Macker should look at going towards.
yeah, someone making a change
Yes.
like that to make it a little more. Yeah,
And you just have that set time for how long the game is, so you're not going to get behind from a game that will last forever.
Yep. So
You see the drama around the tennis player, Coco, I think her name is.
yeah, what happened?
I think she lost, but there was like a controversial call with the umpire or whatever. He called it out, and she was like in the middle of about to hitting it,
Oh, okay.
and then once she heard out, she kind of like pulled up,
Actually,
and she was like, "Well, you have to wait until at least I hit it, or you have to be 100% certain that it was out." And then it kind of got into this whole thing, and she was talking about how she gets robbed every time she plays on this court, and like since like she said it was like 4 times this year she's been robbed on this court, so she was pretty upset, but she did end up losing, I believe.
wow. And she's got to be USA's top
Like the
dog.
top
She's like
top woman
second
for
or
sure.
fourth.
Yeah, I'll have to look more into it to see what it was all about, at
Oh.
least like what the call was, because I'm not too sure. It might have been like her shot might have been out, but it got returned, so she was going to hit it again, and the guy was just like out, and then she kind of just didn't hit it, but she was pretty upset about that.
Well, there's always some good Olympic controversy that provides some extra entertainment. So
Yeah, I also saw a video of all the Australian athletes. They all went and got mattress covers for their beds. They all got like these padded covers, and they got more pillows because the beds are apparently made out of cardboard.
oh my gosh.
So all these athletes are like going out and getting stuff to try to make it more comfortable. And I believe there's weightlifting that's going on too. And there was like this big bodybuilder who was sitting on his bed, and he just like didn't fit on his bed because it was so small, and he was huge. So it just didn't make a whole lot of sense.
Plus, they have no AC. There's
Yeah, if they're bringing in their own AC units, and
there's
it's what a mess.
talking about the food just isn't good. There's not enough of it. Sounds like just a nightmare.
Why can't we just put them in a luxurious hotel
Right.
and
Exactly.
just, I don't know. You would think that you would want your athletes to be at like their peak and like take care of themselves the best they can, rather than getting really bad sleep, not eating enough food because there isn't enough, no AC, so you're just uncomfortable. Like you would think that they would at least try to cater to the athletes a little bit to get them to perform as well as they can.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, moving along here to some football stuff. Did you guys see the possible alleged sanctions that maybe Michigan might be facing? Sources have reached out to me. Now this source is an Ohio State Buckeye fan. But he says he's got reliable sources, and he passed it along to me last night. Have you guys seen any updates on this stuff?
I saw a little bit.
So this will be something we'll probably, just because me and Big Mo are Michigan fans and Trent's an Ohio State fan, probably something we'll keep tabs on here. And my guess is this is once they officially come out with their investigation and then what they want to, the penalties, I'm sure it's going to all get drawn out. And nothing will go into effect, if anything, in the season. But
Do you have the alleged penalties in front of you by chance?
well, I have the penalties, yes, but we still don't really know all the ins and outs of what they're being accused of outside of going to games and scouting.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is some serious, serious stuff. A 3-year bowl ban. Now, that shouldn't. It'll be interesting to see what if there is a bowl ban. What will the playoff committee do? Because they're not connected with the NCAA. So a bowl
Oh,
ban,
true.
they could still play in the playoffs.
Yeah. You'll be
They,
8-4. You won't have to worry about it.
no, they should make the playoffs. Vacate wins for all of 2021, all of 2022, and then the first 7 games of last season.
Wow.
So that at least, again, the championship that's separate from this, but it looks like the NCAA is saying, well, once you got rid of Connor, then nothing more after that, right? Because they didn't vacate they only vacated the first 7 games, or that's what they want to do. Vacate Big Ten titles in 21 and 22. Reduce scholarships by 15, but I'm not sure for how long that is in effect for.
Wow.
A $10 million fine. And then we don't know which coaches, how many coaches, but some coaches could be facing a 10-year ban from coaching in the NCAA. And then I think that's about all they're hearing. This just seems ridiculous to me. Even, I mean, obviously I'm a Michigan fan, so I'm going to react that way. But this is out of control.
Yeah, that's pretty harsh for if it's only the Connor Stallion stuff. It's like, especially because we don't know a ton about what it actually was, other than him just going to games, which seems just regular. I don't know, but it seems pretty harsh for the most part. Especially it goes all the way back to 21. So I guess whenever he got there, is that when he got there? I don't know. Until he left, that's tough. So like, what about the coaches who left to go to different schools? Will they get punished? So like, what if a guy was like a linebackers coach or something and left to a different school to be a head coach? Is he going to get in trouble for like, that's a tough situation.
Quite possibly.
Dang.
Here's the thing: you take away 15 scholarships, and maybe it's different at Michigan. Those, so hey, we're going to take away your scholarship, but here's 100 times more in NIL.
NIL.
Yeah, like what's the difference? Like, just come on, NCAA.
Another. Sorry to interrupt you, Big Mo. I'll let you finish your thought there, but another thing that just popped into my head as you were saying that is also the bowl ban might not be that big of a deal to players because who gives a crap about the bowl games anymore? As long as they're able to play in the playoff, who cares about the bowl games? No one cares about bowl games anymore, especially a program like Michigan.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and then again, we're going to take away the first 7 games of 2023, but we'll let you have the last 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's weird.
What's really the difference? Do you think Connor Stalions really made that big of a difference? Now, I have no clue what he did or what exactly, who knew or what knew. We don't, all craziness because nobody knows.
Yeah.
And how about the elusiveness of Connor Stalions? Like, no one's seen him, no one's heard of him. Is he even a human? Is he even real? Is he AI?
Yeah, where is he?
Where is he? Where's he been?
Tyler, call us.
Yeah,
we gotta get you on the show.
Must be that Secret Service ops type thing where he's just kind of under the radar and just no one really knows, can't contact him, can't trace him.
He's probably living in one of those houses connected to Blake Corum, hiding out.
Yeah.
LLC owned,
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, yeah. Big Mo, you talking about the scholarship thing that really kind of enlightened me. Maybe that none of this stuff really is that big of a deal, actually. When I first saw this last night, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like gonna kill the program. But as long as you don't take away their ability to play in the playoff, it might really not be that big of a deal.
Yeah. No, I mean, if they're not taking there was nothing in there about taking the championship.
No.
Well, if they can keep their last 5 games, then
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know. But it's weird that they can
And even
take
if
away
even
they
if
can take away the Big Ten championships, but they keep the
Keep
national
it.
championship, the big one. It's weird.
and even if they did take it away, who cares? Everyone saw it. Everyone knows who won the championship. I mean,
Who
What-
won?
Who'd they beat?
I don't even know. Who did they beat?
Who wasn't in the playoffs?
well, they beat
Ah.
Alabama in the first game.
Chris had 2 good years, and
Whoa!
Talking about
Whoa!
only the playoffs.
Playoffs.
You see, yeah, I love Dave Portnoy's take on it all. He always talks about how like it's been. He makes it sound like it's been forever since Ohio State beat Michigan. He posted something within the last couple of days of like black and white. It was like a black and white video with like these cars from like the 1920s driving down the road. It's like this is what the world was like the last time Ohio State beat Michigan.
Oh my gosh.
Let's
Think we just
anybody catch who's the Carolina quarterback? Sam or no Newton. Cam Newton.
Newton?
Yeah, he was just on somebody's podcast show. We're talking about the swamp, the docu-series on Netflix. I forget what the name of that was.
Yeah, Swamp. What was it? But about University of Florida.
Yeah. But he said like there were so many worse stories if they would have just talked to a couple more people how bad it really was and how crazy it was.
We look at that roster and it's like,
wasn't it produced by? Wasn't like Urban Meyer part of like the production of it? Maybe, which is why they said it really didn't get to. Don't quote me on that, but it had something to do with.
So they tried to keep it a little cleaner than it probably really was.
Whoever was involved, yes.
Yeah,
for sure. But you look at that roster and there is like, it is a criminal filled roster.
Yes.
And it's like, it's pretty wild.
Well, think about all that, and then you still have someone like Tim Tebow.
Yeah. Just trying to keep it all together.
Trying to lead the way.
Yeah. Make sure nobody kills each other.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Like the two opposite sides of the spectrum. Oh wow.
Yeah, Aaron Hernandez and Tim Tebow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That as well.
Well, one last thing I wanted to get you guys' take on. Have you guys seen the new NFL onside kick rule? They've adjusted the onside kick rule. Have you guys seen this?
I have not.
Onside kick.
Yes.
That's the rule we got to fix in NFL is the onside kick.
Right. So you only are allowed to do it in the fourth quarter. Let me make sure I got everything. You're only allowed to do it on the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, you are
Who onside kicks before the fourth quarter?
well, I mean, once in a while, some teams might, do a surprise onside to start the game or start the half or, any.
Yeah. I feel like not as much in the NFL though. I feel like that's like a high school football move, where they try to catch you sleeping and.
Yeah, there was a big playoff game, wasn't there, a couple years ago, where someone onside kicked it?
Really?
Maybe was that?
I don't know.
So what's the rule, Kurt? What's the rule?
Okay, so only in the fourth quarter, only if you're trailing, and you have to announce that you're going to be performing an onside kick.
Oh, no.
Really?
Yeah,
No.
like,
I'm not going to watch any more football. I'm done.
That's it. I'm out in the NFL. I don't like that you have to announce it.
yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's like part of the onside kick strategy of just like surprising you of, oh, hey, we're lined up in a different formation.
Well, and they had already gotten rid of how you could set up your formation.
Oh, yeah, you have to start on the line where the ball is, so there's no running start. I think, right?
Yeah, but Ian, you used to be able to stack one side and kick it to that side, right? Don't you have to?
Oh yeah, now you have to have even the same amount, right? Or at least similar.
Yeah,
I don't know. They should just get rid of the regular kickoff because it's just touchbacks, anyways.
True, it is.
Just start at the 25 or the 20, whatever it is, and just get the game going from there. Because it's so, like, I get it's like the football thing is like the kickoff after you score, but at the start of the game, it's going to be a touchback
Yep.
majority of the time.
Yep.
They never run it out. So it's just put it on the 25 and let them go.
Yep. And then
Onside kick, that's interesting, though. I just don't like that you have to announce the onside. I don't like that.
Yeah,
I mean, it gives
you
you
gotta keep everybody safe, guys. It's about safety.
Yeah, but it gives the team that's losing still a little glim of hope. And
Yeah.
but
We'll just bubble wrap guys now.
anything else, guys? Anything else? U.S. women tomorrow play at 3, I believe. So we'll probably record tomorrow's show after that contest.
Who do they play? Do you know?
Not sure. But anything else we missed today? Anything else going on?
No, how about I was going to bring this up a couple weeks ago when we first started.
Yeah.
Looking at Kurt over there, you can see that he probably goes to a trained hairstylist. Probably has an in-house person come in and kind of keep everything clean cut for him over there. But
Oh no,
I wanted to bring up. I kind of get down. I did get back to my barber for a little fade.
yeah.
But I kind of just cut my own hair once in a while. Do you guys try to trim up the beard or the eyebrows or the sideburns yourselves? You guys try to do that yourselves?
No, I did, and I was going to do it before today's show, so I apologize. It's getting a little out of hand. But I got a phone call right before we were about to go on air that I had to take. So,
well, I don't know if you can tell, but I've got a good friend who his eyebrows get a little crazy every once in a while. They just get a little long.
yeah.
So I trimmed my eyebrows, but I had my blade.
Oh,
My blade fell off. I ended up like shaving like half my eyebrow off. You can't really tell, I know.
well, now that you say
Hard
it,
to tell.
yeah.
Yeah. How crazy though. I was pretty worried about it. I just wondered if you guys had any crazy stories like that, because I usually just do it real fast, and then all of a sudden I got to the side right there, and that thing just clipped right off, like broke off, and just zoom. About half my eyebrow just gone.
I've done it while shaving my beard before, where it clipped off and it just kind of gouged out some of it. But I shaved my own head, so it's about as bald as it gets, So
no, I'll give a little shout out to my barber Ivan.
You should.
Does a nice job when I go in for the fades, but
I was gonna say you should hit him up. Maybe he'd want to sponsor the program.
no, I'll next time I'm out for a cut, I'll let him know.
what's the barbershop?
He
Or is it just like
a little spot?
Where is it located around here?
Well, he used to be at we'll give a little shout out to Johnny and KO Cuts.
Oh yeah.
Downtown Holland. He used to be one of the barbers there. Now he's on his own right now.
Okay.
He was an ex student of mine in Fenville. He used to once in a while cut some hair during class.
Nice.
Or in the break, like in between classes, in the PE locker room.
Nice little side hustle.
Little side hustle, we're not just about building the academics. You got to build the overall student. So
Got to build an entrepreneur.
yeah.
Yeah, I would go to the barber to get my beard trimmed up.
Yeah, just be careful out there. You never know. You gotta.
I know it's dangerous out there doing it yourself.
Yeah, slow and steady, guys. Slow and steady.
You don't need to be in a rush.
No, you don't want to be in a rush. Otherwise, this happens. Not good.
If you are strict for time, hold off and do it later.
Yeah, it can wait.
You can wait. All right. Anything else, guys?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think we're good.
All right. We'll see you tomorrow.